What actually allowed us to scale wasn't hiring more staff. It was fixing the systems that everything runs on. And once we got the right systems in place and got them connected properly, everything got so much easier. Manual work disappeared, the revenue went up, and we stopped being the bottleneck in our own business. I'm Alissa Tyler. I've opened and scaled 4 med spas over the last 3 years. And today I'm going to walk you through the exact tech stack we use to run everything. The 4 core pieces, how they connect, and why having them connected is honestly so crucial. Here's the thing I see when I talk to clinic owners. They're running a bunch of different disconnected systems. Booking is in one place, follow-up is manual, forms are getting emailed separately, and that disconnection is where all of the extra work comes from, and the thing that is eating your team's time and making everything feel so much harder than it should be. So the goal with our tech stack was never just to have good tools. It was to have tools that actually talk to each other, so the system does the work instead of your team. Here are the 4 pieces of our tech stack that made everything run automatically. Number 1 is a good CRM. For us, that's GoHighLevel. That's where all of the leads come in, every single one of them, from ads, events, websites, referrals. They all funnel into GoHighLevel in one single place. And I want to be really clear as to why this matters so much. If your leads are all coming in from 5 different places and nobody has a clean view of all of them, you are losing leads, guaranteed, because things fall through the cracks when things are scattered. So GoHighLevel has been a game changer for us in that way. I honestly self-taught myself. I had no experience going in, and I genuinely think it's one of the most user-friendly platforms out there for what it does. And it's also pretty cost efficient compared to what you would pay for different tools that do less. This is really the starting point for everything. If you don't have a CRM that your whole team can actually use, that is the biggest thing that needs to be fixed first. Number 2 is an EMR. Now, this is where most clinics have the biggest gap in their tech stack because most EMRs are kind of siloed. They hold patient records, manage appointments, and that's about it. They're not really connected to anything else that your business runs on. What we use is Lobbie, and there is a reason it's been such a game changer for us, and that is because it actually integrates with everything else in our tech stack. It handles our online booking, which is connected directly to our CRM. It sends intake forms automatically when someone books, and also sends appointment confirmations and reminders as well. It also is connected to our payment system, sends prescriptions, labs. It really is the core system that everything runs through in our business. And the online booking piece specifically, I cannot overstate how much time that has saved us. Patients book themselves, forms go out automatically, confirmations go out automatically. Our front desk doesn't have to manually touch any of it. If your EMR is not connected to your booking system, you already have a gap in your stack that is costing hours every single week. Number 3 is our automated nurture and pipeline movement. Honestly, I think this piece has the most direct impact on revenue specifically, and here's how it works. Every lead that comes in to GoHighLevel immediately gets hit with a text and an email. Both have our booking link as the main call to action always. Both go out within seconds of a lead entering our system. And that is just the beginning. From there, they go into a nurture flow, text and emails that are spaced out over the next several days, weeks, and months that are all pushing towards that booking link constantly without anyone on our team having to do anything at all. But here's the part that I think matters the most, and it is the most powerful piece of the whole system because Lobbie is connected to GoHighLevel. When a patient is marked as canceled or no-showed in the EMR, it automatically moves them in our CRM pipeline and starts a new nurture sequence. They immediately start getting sent messages pushing them to rebook. So we have this set up for every stage of the patient journey. New leads, book patients, no-shows, cancellations, new patients, every single stage has an automated flow running in the background. We're not ever manually managing leads. The system is doing it for us. So nobody gets missed or falls through the cracks. The system keeps going until they book, opt out, or of course become a patient with us. And that consistency is honestly what drives the conversion rate that we have. Going on to number 4, which I think is something that gets overlooked a lot when people talk about tech stacks, and that's the staff experience, because it doesn't matter how good your systems are. If your team is constantly jumping between 4 different platforms, what our setup allows is for our staff to essentially stay in one system all day long. They are in Lobbie, our EMR. They can see the schedule, who's completed their forms really clearly. I have a whole video on that. Appointment status, they can see what's been sent to patients, prescriptions, labs, everything. They're not manually sending forms, chasing patients, confirming them through confirmation calls. They're not doing anything like that that I think usually bogs down staff members in this industry. And honestly, that is huge. Not just for efficiency, but for accuracy. When information is flowing between our systems automatically, you don't have human error in the center of it. Everything is coming from the source of truth. Our staff isn't jumping between systems. Everything is happening in one centralized place, which also makes training extremely easy. And it means they can actually spend their time on things that matter. Being with patients, building relationships in clinic, and actually doing work that requires a human. So what does this all actually add up to in practice? Speed to lead is dramatically faster. A lead comes in at 3 a.m., they're getting a text within seconds, and that kind of responsiveness is something you just cannot replicate with a manual process, no matter what. We spend way more time on actual growth activities, marketing, partnerships, being on the ground, because we're not sitting there converting leads manually all day. I've been there, by the way. Not fun. I used to spend hours every day calling and messaging leads, and it wasn't working, and I couldn't be consistent enough no matter how many hours I spent on it. Now I don't do any of that, and our booking rate is higher than it ever was when I was doing it manually. So what I want you to take away from this really are the 4 pieces. A good CRM, an EMR that actually integrates with it, ideally, automated nurture flows that run consistently, and a setup that keeps your staff in one place. But the magic isn't really in any of these pieces, I would say, individually. It is how they connect with each other. When everything is talking, that's when your operation actually starts running like a real business that is hands off, and everything becomes a lot smoother for your team and your patients. I'm gonna link everything we use below: GoHighLevel for the CRM side, Lobbie for the EMR, and the booking piece. Lobbie is really the core system that connects everything. They do free demos. I would highly recommend checking them out. Their staff is very, very helpful. Definitely worth 30 minutes of your time to hop on a demo with them. It's been a game changer for us. See you in the next one.